Hey, God bless for tuning in. God bless and thank you for tuning in. And those who are coming in for the first time, I thank you. Those who've been supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, today I want to talk about the reign and the King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah out of the Old Testament. Now, King Hezekiah ruled from 1715 to 686 AD, and he was the son of Azaz, a wicked king that ruled in southern part of Judah. Wicked king. But the difference, the greatest difference, and what made King Hezekiah so special, because although he was a king after King David, what made him so special too as well was, just like King David, he was a king that was close to the Lord, a king that had a good relationship and communication with God. And as King Hezekiah ruled, he ruled started at the age of 25 years old, and he ruled for 29 years. 29 years. And what he did was he gathered his men and he broke down a lot of idols, false idols that was statues and idols that was put up because of Azaz and his wicked rule, and the worship of idols, false gods and idolatry. So what he did was he used sledgehammers, big hammers and sledgehammers, to just tear down these engraven images, these false god images, with his soldiers. That's what King Hezekiah did. And as he ruled, and he stayed close to the prophet Isaiah. And as he stayed close to the prophet Isaiah, prophet Isaiah gave him wisdom as a young man and shared what God has told the prophet. Prophets always see what God tells them first, because they have the gift of prophecy. So God always gives them the gifts so they can share it to his people, to share what God has in the future for his people. So King Hezekiah stayed very close to the prophet Isaiah. And as time went on, the Assyrian army was taking over different countries, going in and conquering different countries. And as they conquered different countries by their army and defeated different countries, just like Adolf tried to do in World War II, the king of Assyria was a wicked man that tried to destroy every country and ruled over every country. And he did. And as the Assyrian army moved closer, they moved closer to the southern part of Judah, because they was going to take over Jerusalem and take over Judah. And King Assyrian, the King Assyrian wanted to do that. He wanted to take over Judah, but also the King Hezekiah was worried. He was worried and he was frightened. So the prophet Isaiah came to King Hezekiah and shared with him a message from the Lord, a message from God, saying that the Assyrian army will not enter the land of Judah. They will not enter the land of Judah. They will not enter the land of Judah. So King Hezekiah was a little bit relaxed, and he was comforted by the message given to the message by the prophet Isaiah. Prophet Isaiah shared the message from God, saying that the Assyrian army will not enter Judah, the land of Judah. And as time went on, and King Hezekiah ruled over his land in the way how the Lord wanted him to rule over his land. One day he found out and realized that 185,000 Assyrians soldiers have been slain. 185,000 soldiers have been slain. King Hezekiah trusted the Lord. King Hezekiah trusted God. And 185,000 Assyrian soldiers were slain. And oh my gosh. And now I'm just showing you a very quick, during looking at this video, that the Assyrian king, wicked man, wicked king, was stabbed and killed by his own councilmen. The councilmen that he gathered with, when he went back and told them what happened, when he went back and told the Assyrian nation what happened to his soldiers, he came back with the bad news, and when he turned his back, he was stabbed and killed by his own councilmen. Just like what happened in the days of Caesar. When Caesar turned his back, the own councilmen, they stabbed him, but they killed him. Same thing happened to the Assyrian soldier. Same thing happened to Adolf Hitler back in World War II, when the German army, the fascists, was defeated. He killed himself because they was coming to execute Adolf Hitler and his wife. But so the same thing happened to the Assyrian king. He was killed immediately when they found out what happened to the Assyrian army. So as time went on, the King Hezekiah trusted God, and he walked with the Lord to reign over his kingdom. And as he reigned over his kingdom, time went on and he got sick. And as he got sick, now he was asking God to heal him, asking God to, all these years he's been faithful, so he's confined with the Lord. All these years he's been faithful to God, and God to heal him during these moments in time of his sickness, to God to heal him. And God said he was going to heal him. So he sent the prophet Isaiah to give him the message, giving him good news, saying that he will live to another 15 years. Because remember, King Hezekiah already reigned. He was 25 years at the time when he started. But he also reigned for 29 years in the land of Judah, southern part of Judah. He reigned for 29 years. So as he got older, the prophet Isaiah told him the good news, that what God has told the prophet Isaiah to tell King Hezekiah, that he will be that don't worry, your sickness, you'll be healed, and you'll live longer to rule over your land for the next 15 years. And as time went on, King Hezekiah ruled his land the way how God wanted him to rule his land. But he made one mistake, and he shared, when the Babylonian army was coming, the king to Judah, land of Judah, King Hezekiah shared his gifts. He shared everything, shared his secret treasures and his gift to the Babylonian army empire. And that was a mistake. He made. And he realized he made. So as he made a mistake, the prophet Isaiah came to him and told him that God is not happy with his decision to share everything to the Babylonians. And because of this, the wicked king Manasseh is going to take over the land of Judah, and he's going to, and the result of this, both of King Hezekiah's friends is going to get killed. They're going to get killed. And just in despair and the bad news, King Hezekiah was saddened by the bad news, but God still forgave King Hezekiah and showed him favor. So King Hezekiah ruled. He ruled and he trusted the Lord. And this is a story of trust when you're faced with all kinds of challenges come your way. Fear, people are going to put fear in you, ladies and gentlemen. People are going to pump you with fear. Just the other day, I've been hearing news about the pandemic. Another trend of the pandemic is coming, okay? And we're going to be in another lockdown, and we're going to be in another lockdown, and everybody's going to be forced, because you're on your job, you're going to be forced to take the vaccine. Whose report we're going to believe? We're going to believe the Lord. Whose report we're gonna believe? We're not gonna believe in no poke. We're not gonna believe in no anything that's gonna hinder the growth of the Lord. And if it's gonna be another lockdown, if it's gonna be another try to poke, we're not gonna take that. We're gonna trust in the Lord and we're gonna walk in faith. We're gonna trust God that He's gonna walk with us and He's gonna protect us. We're trusting in God in these last days, in these last times. And there's people that we're gonna put fear in you, ladies and gentlemen. There's people that's gonna tell you all sorts of things about your job. There's people when you go to the doctor may give you some bad news about your health. The doctor may give you some whose report you're gonna believe. We're gonna believe the report of the Lord. So King Hezekiah, although he faced dilemma, although he faced the Assyrian army approaching his kingdom, and it was trying to defeat other lands, and they were trying to come over to Judah and defeat him and take over his land, he still trusted God. He still worshiped and he trusted the Lord. Although King Hezekiah faced sickness in his life, he still trusted God during those times, that time when he was sick. He still had faith and he still walked with the Lord and he still trusted God despite what he was facing. The prophet Isaiah came to him and said that God would heal him, and King Hezekiah moved in faith. Yes, there's people in your life, there's people that will come to you and they will give you bad news. They'll put fear in you, but we serve and we worship a faithful God, and we trust and we walk with the Lord, and this was a story of faith, King Hezekiah. And as time goes on in your life, in your journey, you will be facing disappointments. You will be facing trials. Even if you're walking with the Lord, you will be facing trials. You will be facing, sicknesses in your life. You never know what's going to come your way. You never know what's going to come your way. You don't know. So today, my sister and brethren out there, I advise you to walk with the Lord. I advise you to trust Him even in times of defeat, in times of when you're laying in that hospital, in times when you're sick at home, to trust God and believe that He'll heal you. Trust God. You believe He'll get your whatever this trouble you're in. Maybe you're at your job and you're facing being eliminated, or facing being fired, or facing being just let go of. Trust Him. He's gonna open a better door for you. If you trust God, He's gonna open a better door for you. And maybe you're unemployed. He's gonna allow you to get that finance. He's gonna bless you with some income. Or maybe you're sick and your body's in pain and your body's in ache. Just trust Him and He will heal you. Trust Him today and He will heal you. That is the medication. That's the report you shall believe. Whose report you going to believe? We shall believe the report of the Lord. Just like King Hezekiah did during his journey reigning over the southern part of Judah. We shall believe in the Lord at this time, in all times. Well, the live word today is coming out of 2 Kings chapter 19, verses 19. But you are the Lord our God, so please save us from the king of Assyria. Then all the other nations will know that you are the only one. Well, this is Zacchaeus coming to you with another live word of the day. God bless. And if you like what I shared, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel, Zacchaeus Gospel. Thanks for tuning in and be safe out there. Peace and blessings, y'all. Thank you so much.